What's good, y'all? It's Drew here, back with another video. Alright, today I'm going to be talking about Kaido, just a character analysis overall, honestly. So don't forget to like, subscribe for more me content if you haven't already, and then hit that bell notification because you know YouTube be trying to play with us. First things first, obviously, question of the day. Question of the day is Kaido the best villain in One Piece? If you don't think he is, do you think he can be? Right now, I'm still give it a Dofi because the backstory from Dofi is insane. We obviously know that. But Kaido's literally at the doorstep, bro. Like, we got a good backstory from Kaido and pack it up. He's gonna be the best villain in One Piece. So I've been wanting to make a Kaido video for like a couple of days now. And in light of the last couple chapters, Kaido's become even more interesting in my opinion. So I feel like Kaido needs a deep dive because there's a lot of stuff that we don't know about him. Now, obviously, you know, the backstory, we know how he got his fruit, allegedly, but we don't really know much between, we know he was a commander, not even a commander, we know he was like a cabin boy on Rox's crew, but that's really it. But I'm not even talking about any of that stuff. What I'm talking about is the fact that Kaido seems to know a lot more than he's letting on. So from the beginning, Kaido has always been talking about this crazy fight. He wants this big bombastic defeat, right? That was something he said. Whitebeard did it right, Roger did it right, even Oden did it right. He wants it done that way. At first, you know, I'm thinking, oh, because, you know, we always assume, oh, he wants this big death because he can't be killed, right? But it doesn't seem that way. Like, he got the scar from Oden, and since then, you can mention the name Oden, and Kaido starts, you know, shaking. He got PTSD or something. And one thing that, like, you know, immediately caught my attention was, I think it was last chapter now, after Luffy was defeated, Kaido says, oh, you know, you're not him. You're not Joyboy. And right away, I was like, okay, so that spawns that statement spawns 10 questions off rip. Obviously, that immediately will make me think, so you're waiting for Joyboy, which, you know, makes us think that maybe Joyboy reincarnates. And that honestly, you know, leads to maybe Rox knew about Joyboy. And we know that Rox was dealing in I don't know what it was called, but we know Rox was dealing in things he wasn't supposed to. So was it related to Joyboy and that stuff? Is that why the Marines want to take him out so crazily? Because we know the Marines want to take him out really badly. Arguably more than Roger, because the average regular schmegler guy knows Roger now, but even high-ranking Marines did not know Rox. Sengoku had to explain to those people who Rox was. So right off the bat, it should tell you that this is not the same thing. In my opinion, the fact that Kaido brought up Joyboy and talked about how you're not Joyboy, to me meant one thing. It means that he has been looking for Joyboy, and Luffy did something in that battle that showed that he is not Joyboy. Now, we didn't get to see the battle, which I think now that we see that quote, there's a bigger reason why we didn't get to see that fight, because Oda was not hiding any other part of the rooftop, but the 1v1 with Luffy and Kaido, he wants to off-screen that and just show Luffy getting dropped off. And Kaido says, oh, you know, you're not Joyboy. So what did Luffy do to show he wasn't Joyboy? Was it just losing? If it's just losing, it's like, but Luffy already lost to Kaido before. Kaido dropped him. Kaido one-shot him. He didn't talk about Joyboy then. In fact, all he said was, you know, there are too many, like, conquerors and stuff. But that was after Conqueror's haki. Like, Kaido had no comment after he beat Luffy the first time. But Luffy did something the second time. And I think it has to do with Advanced Conqueror's haki. Because the moment Luffy busts out Advanced Conqueror's haki, one, Kaido was like, it's a once-in-a-generational type thing, right? It's a crazy thing that, you know, not many people have that. And then after he's defeated, we see that the Kaido says, oh man, I went too far. You know, I got too excited. I'm low-key thinking that Kaido's looking for Joyboy for some reason, maybe to defeat or to join or whatever, and that Joyboy is supposed to do something, is involved with Kaido's destiny, or what he believes is Kaido's destiny. Maybe Kaido is looking for Joyboy to fight him, or to have his ultimate death or something, but that's just where I'm at with that. That makes me look at Momo a lot more special, because shout out Momo. I was gonna make another video about this, but shout out Momo. I gotta talk about Momo as well, because as we know, Momo and Yamato are both two important characters in Kaido's, you know, overall arc right now to me, because Yamato is one of the people that read Oden's book in entirety, from what we understand. And since the show began, or since we've seen Yamato, she's been talking about how Luffy is an important person because, you know, related to Ace and all that, and how Momo needs to be secure. Momo needs to survive this war. And she's been saying it, and no one else has really been. I mean, people are saying it, but it's for different reasons. We know the scabbards want to keep Momo alive because Momo's gonna be the next Shogun, and I thought that was the reason as well. But last chapter, or 2 chapters ago now, Momo reads the book and he says, I love Momo because he talks so proper. Like, Momo's like, so I must survive. Like, Momo sounds really funny to me, but yeah, Momo's like, okay, so I cannot die. Now, whatever he read, obviously it was in the book that Oden wrote, whatever he read tells him that he can't die. He cannot allow himself to die, because Momo is important in some way. This has something to do with the voice of all things, because we see that Momo has I want to say the best voice of all things, quote unquote, in the series right now, because I think Roger's dead and stuff. You know, I don't think Roger's dead. Roger is dead, but that's a weird thing. So that made me think, you know, is Momo Joyboy? Like, these are dumb theories or whatever. But my thing is, Kaido's looking for Joyboy, which means in Kaido's mind, Joyboy exists right now. And it's not just that he exists, he is reincarnated. So Kaido's looking for that person, and I think it has to do with his whole overall story. I think it has to do with his backstory. I think it has to do with him wanting this giant bombastic death. I didn't originally think that Kaido was gonna have a lot to do with like the voice actor and stuff. I think Kaido is very important to this whole overall thing. When we're talking about the voice century, when we're talking about Joyboy especially, like I think Kaido and Joyboy, there's something there for sure. The fact that Yamato is one of the people that read the book, and she's basically been the whole, she's Miss Dawn. She's talking about the dawn of the island, the dawn of this, dawn of that. And then Momo reads it, and Momo's talking about, I can't die. And the next time we see Momo is stepping up. I talked about it in my chapter review. Like Momo is literally like, bro, y'all need to fight. Please fight with into your dying breath. Now, obviously that's a great character development for Momo, but like that's pretty coincidental that as soon as he reads the book, not only does he say he can't die, but then he starts basically telling the raid what to do and telling them like, bro, I need y'all to fight with full intent. Like that's crazy stuff. Kaido's backstory is going to be so important to understanding everything, because I think Kaido's backstory will give us information about Joyboy potentially, or that stuff, and it'll give us stuff about rocks, because we forgot about rocks. Like it's been a minute. We ain't even seen a rock in a couple chapters. That's how long it's been. So information about those two is interesting. Even we might even get some Big Mom information. I think obviously Kaido's rearing up to be like the best villain in One Piece. That's not a hot take. I think a lot of people are already seeing it or starting to say it. You can see the rumblings, but it's clear that Kaido is gonna be the best villain in One Piece. Like Dofi had a swag, Dofi had a drip, but Kaido is coming different right now. Like he's really acting very ignorant. Let me know if you think I'm just talking crazy. I hope I elaborated enough for you guys to understand what I'm saying. But I just feel like Kaido is like, one, I feel like Kaido is probably going to be the best villain in One Piece. I think that's obvious. And two, I obviously think that Kaido is an interesting character that's going to help us, you know, unlock some of the secrets that we've been looking for a long time now. But let me know what you guys think down below. But I'm out, so peace.